I'm going to give you so many reasons to visit Waimanalo, where country is still country. There is a nursery here that grows so many different fruits found in other parts of the world, but not on any other place on this island. Also, we'll visit an apiary, also known as a place where you keep bees, talk to the beekeeper there, and have a meal, pastele stew. Where do you find that? Well, here in Waimanalo you do. So this is gonna be cool. I'm Sue Jorgensen. I'm a former magazine editor and a current Kūpuna. I love staying active, local food, and discovering new things. Join me as I search for things that are cool for Kūpuna.
Cool for Kūpuna is brought to you by HMSA and Premier Benefit Consultants.
Frankie's Nursery in Waimanalo. I'm here to find out what kind of fruit trees we can find growing in the back of the valley. Let's go meet the owner. Hi, Frank.
Hi, Sue.
Nice to meet you.
Glad to see you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Can you show me around?
Sure.
Okay. So Frank, this is an amazingly beautiful fruit farm. You have so much here. Tell me a little bit about what we have, or what you have.
We graft all kinds of fruit trees, even ornamentals. There's like the mai back there, which is a Vietnamese plant. We grafted it into a Mickey Mouse plant. But these are avocados, and we have many different good avocados. I like my avocados with high oil content, and that's the type that I've been choosing to sell here.
The high oil content. And so, how long have you been here?
We've been here for 35 years.
35 years?
No,
and
it's gonna be just almost 35 years.
35 years, and always fruit plants?
We specialize in fruit trees, but whatever we could sell, we also grow ornamentals that we can sell.
So for Kūpuna that are looking to bring a tree home, can you give them advice as to, you know, what's the best conditions and?
Sure, that's our job here. Many homeowners don't know what type of environment these grow at. So we try to find out where they live first and see if that's a suitable area for what they're looking for. You can see this one here, this graft had died, but we can graft this again.
Ah, so it's almost like your hobby has become, well, it has. Your hobby has become your business.
This was something
so it's like
I used
you never
to,
work.
This is what I used to do a long time ago, but I didn't have much time for it.
Yeah, on the weekends only,
I can do it,
Yeah. So now you get to do this full time. You're in your element. Wonderful. So yeah, can you show me how to graft?
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay. This is what you call the budwood, or scion. And these are taken from the tree that you want to have propagated. You can see the signwood, they're at the dormant stage. The buds on the top, they're at a dormant stage where they're not really growing yet, but they're swollen and they're ready to start growing. So all it needs is to continue growing, and the next step is for it to pop out and start growing. And the bottom part here is called a rootstock, which we started off from a seed.
Okay, so show me how you do this, because it looks pretty complex.
Yeah, this is the rootstock that we're using. I'll put it on my lap here. So I'm using a grafting method called cleft graft. And when I'm cleft grafting, I match up the size. You can see right here it really matches.
You mean the diameter of the stem?
Diameter. Yeah, you can see it matches
gotcha.
there at the bottom. So I cut it maybe about 3/4 of an inch to an inch above it, because that's how long I'm going to make my slice going down on this. And make a long slanting cut to the middle, going halfway. And make another cut on the other side, going halfway through to the other side. With the rootstock, you can see I'm starting my cut from the very edge and I kind of cut down into the middle. So
And that's
bring it down, making sure
it just
that
fits it like a glove.
Yeah. And this is what we call stretch ties or grafting tape. And as you can see, I'm pulling it as I go around this to make it tight. Okay,
So you have to have steady hands to do this, Frank.
last part, you just tuck it under, pull it up, and you know, here's the graft.
So thank you, Lynn, for having us today. I totally learned a lot about fruits. I'm not a fruit person, to be honest, but there's so much to learn here. So if you are into fruit trees or just into fruit, this is a great place to come. You have so much knowledge and you can learn about how to grow these things. And if you don't grow these things, you can learn about what to eat that you've never eaten before. The fruit store, the fruit that you sell by the pound. And just come on down. I highly recommend Frankie's Nursery in Waimanalo.
As we move toward a brighter future, HMSA is here to help you live your best life. Whether you see a doctor in person, online, or after hours, getting quality care is easy and convenient when you've got options. Choose a plan that fits your lifestyle and needs. Here at home or around the world, get the care you need. When the only constant is change, HMSA is here with you. For the good times, for the tough times, for lifetimes. Learn more at hmsa.com.
During the pandemic, staying active is more important than ever to help prevent chronic diseases, including those linked to COVID-19 hospitalizations. Kūpuna faced the highest risk from COVID-19 and from being inactive. Walking to everyday destinations like the market, post office, and bank is a convenient way to get at least 30 minutes of daily physical activity. So grab your mask and join us. Let's get outside and get moving today. All right, Papa, let's eat.
Aloha! Camilla, Danny Kalikini. If you need Medicare insurance, there's only one name you need to know. Premier Benefit Consultants. You know, this Kama'aina company represents more Medicare Advantage plans than anyone else in Hawaii. And will give you good advice for free. Piakamai. Call Premier Benefit Consultants for Medicare advice you need and service you deserve. Mahalo!
I'm here at Hawaiian Island Cafe in Waimanalo, and I hear they have some amazing food. We're gonna go in and try. Let's go.
Aloha, Sue. Welcome to Waimanalo, and this is a gift for you.
Oh, mahalo. Thank you.
Yes, my name is Kahumanu. May I show you around my
Please.
daughter's cafe?
It's a
Thank you for
beautiful
coming.
cafe.
Yes, we're here to serve Waimanalo, the community, and all the people in the road to have spiritual and healthy food.
Pateles. We've all had pateles, but how many of you had patele stew? I've never had it. So I'm so happy to be here with Charmaine, and she's going to show us how they make it here at Hawaiian Island Cafe.
Okay, and I'm gonna throw my garlic in.
Okay, gotta have plenty garlic. Always makes it taste good.
So while we're waiting, I'll just cut this.
Okay, so garlic, onions,
Garlic, onions, and parsley.
and parsley. After that's been all simmering for a while, then you add the pork, I
Then
see,
I'll add
huh?
the pork, yes.
What cut of pork you use?
This is shoulder pork.
Shoulder, okay, so not so fatty, yeah?
I usually cut the fat off.
Uh-huh, yeah.
And I'll stir this in. Then I'll add a little bit more spice.
I can smell it already.
And then when this cooks down, I'll just throw in the tomato sauce.
As in a gallon.
Yeah, one whole can.
So Charmaine, how long do you leave this to cook?
About an hour to hour and a half.
Oh, okay.
Let it cook down. And then it's ready.
Wow, that seems like too good to be true. I would love to try this. It's an hour and a half.
Well, I already have some ready. Would you like to try some?
Thank you, I would.
My granddaughter has prepared some for you. Mikiala.
Hi, Mikiala.
Hello. Now you can put it
Mahalo,
together.
yeah. Ooh, potato mac.
Potato mac.
Yeah. That's what it looks like. It's all done. Oh, it looks awesome.
It's really hot.
This is a really nice taste. It's the first time I've had this. So good. And what is it about waking up every day and coming to work here? What do you think? What do you feel? It's like, oh, I'm gonna go do what I want to do in terms of a cafe.
Yep, and interact with all of my customers and friends, you know, my community. I really enjoy it. They come in, we talk story, we enjoy each other. Yeah.
It's a gathering place.
Yes.
Yeah. So you say the visitors find you through Yelp, huh? And I've seen some of those reviews. They don't just talk about the acai bowls, but they also talk about your dad. That he's here and he makes their experience in Hawaii more than a vacation.
Yeah, my dad's awesome. So like every morning he comes and he picks fresh flowers. And then he greets all the tourists that comes in. They just, he gives them those little headbands. Sometimes we have plumerias, hibiscus. They just love it. He also weaves them those little fishing poles.
Oh, yeah, like the...
Yeah, for all the
so
kids.
they come out of the hat, right? Yeah, every morning. That's amazing. What a wonderful, wonderful man.
Yeah, and then he brings his shell with him, close it in the morning. And
yeah, he greets the day.
E pulikako, from the heavens to Waimanalo. Amini, amini, amen.
Waimanalo, you grew up here. It's your community. What's special about it?
So my community, they're super supportive. I think they supported me through this whole pandemic. If it wasn't for them, I don't think I would be able to stay open. Yeah. This is the only place I feel I would ever want my business to be because, you know, Waimanalo's home's my home.
This is home, yeah.
Yes.
Definitely God's country. And thank you so much for having us. If you haven't been out in a while, make the drive to Waimanalo. Stop in at Hawaiian Island Cafe, say hi to Monique, and have one of these acai bowls.
A special mahalo to our community partners, Crime Stoppers Honolulu, the Better Business Bureau, and the Aloha United Way.
40 years ago, Crime Stoppers Honolulu was formed to make our community safer. With thousands of arrests, closure of cases, and millions of illegal drugs off our streets, Crime Stoppers Honolulu continues to reduce crime in our neighborhoods. And with student and animal Crime Stoppers, the safety of our residents and community continues to grow. With our great volunteers and community support, Crime Stoppers Honolulu looks forward to another 40 years. See something, say something, and stay anonymous. Together, we'll keep Honolulu safe. Mahalo.
When shopping local, where do you go to find the people and places you can trust? Our island values are important. We always show aloha, and ohana is more than just family. Here at BBB, we stand with the businesses you can trust, the businesses that care about local people and their values. From all of us at Better Business Bureau, we are here for you. Start your search for trustworthy businesses at bbb.org or on the BBB app.
Beelieve Hawaii. I can't believe here in Waimanalo, a colony of beehives that have all been rescued from around the island by the owner, Jasmine Joy, who we're going to meet. Let's go meet Jasmine. Hi, Jasmine.
Hi, Sue. Welcome.
Thank you. Can talk story?
Of course.
All right, on.
Come enter my gazebo.
Gazebo, here we come. with Jasmine Joy, and we are in Waimanalo, and she is an apiarist, right?
Correct.
She's the owner of a bee farm. And I don't know anything about bees. I don't know how much you know, but we're going to learn a lot from Jasmine today. So nice to have you, Jasmine.
Thank you.
It's a joy, Jasmine Joy. So tell me about your apiary.
Well, this beautiful bee sanctuary is located in Waimanalo on the east side, and I offer bee farm tours on the weekends, Saturdays. But if you contact me, email me, and let me know or inquire of other days, I might be open those days as well. This is not your normal bee farm. This is a bee sanctuary, meaning every single beehive that is here was rescued and relocated.
Oh.
What Beelieve Hawaii is about, it is founded as a conservation organization, as a bee removal service, humane.
Got it.
So I rescue wild beehives around the whole island of Oahu, and I bring them here. I rehabilitate them to make sure that they are in the best health that they can be in, and then, you know.
It's bee heaven, basically, right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having us, Jasmine. It's just a wonderful thing to be out here. And I want to see your bees. Can you show me?
Of course. Let's get in some hives.
All right.
Yeah.
I know you're talking about smoking the hives before we go in, and that will not sedate, but calm them?
Yes.
Okay, so what is it about the smoke?
So one of their main forms of communication is their sense of smell, and that's because the whole colony, which is a superorganism, they identified the queen's pheromone as their whole entity. They're also able to release an alarm pheromone, which smells like pungent crushed fruit, like pineapples or banana peels. It depends. Some people say different kinds. But when they release that, it'll tell the whole colony, we might be in danger, so some guard bees better get their stingers ready. We need to protect our tribe, our colony. So what the smoker does is they think it's a forest fire. They'll eat their own honey, and then it's like Kanak attack. Their stomachs are all full of honey, and they don't have energy to sting us, as well as they're not able to release alarm pheromones that the whole colony will pick up. You don't want to stuff it full all the way in the beginning. You do it halfway, and then you get it started. So can you imagine, Sue? All of these hives were rescued.
Wow. So you started off with like a couple and then boom, expanded?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
What I always do when my guests come to my tours, I always introduce you to the bees.
Aww.
I talk to my bees all the time. Hey girls, this is Auntie Sue. We're gonna be on TV, girls. This is cool for Kūpuna. So let's be
This is
sweet.
very cool.
Let's be sweet with Auntie Sue, and we'll be very sweet to you. Most of the colony is all female. All the worker bees are all female. They do all the work.
Who would have known, but I'm not surprised. So really?
Yes. Well, let's see first if the queen is laying. So the name for bee babies, if you want to say it, it rhymes with food. It's called brood. B-R-O-O-D, brood.
And that's like a singular and plural bee baby.
It's a plural pretty. Oh, yep, she is laying up
There's
top.
a brood, huh?
So
that's totally a brood.
Yep. Do you see the center, Sue? Grab right under there. And it's heavier than you think. If this was all honey, it would be way more heavier.
So what's around the edges is honey, but in the middle are the brood bees?
Yes. And you know that it's honey already because it's sealed. It almost looks like a brain.
Yeah.
When the bees cap it with beeswax, that's when you know it's honey. If it's still open, it's just considered nectar, and they still have to dehydrate it by flapping their wings over it. I want to open another
bee.
One with one box so we can find the queen.
Ooh, that'd be cool. Okay.
We're gonna play, it's like Where's Waldo? We're gonna play queen bee spotting. And if she's on a frame and I see her, I'm gonna say, she's on here, and I'm gonna make you find her. Okay, Sue, queen spotting. She's on this frame.
I think I see her.
What? You're a pro.
She's bigger. And she seems actually quite busy. Is she supervising?
No, you know, they fan her, they feed her. All she does is lay about 2,000 eggs a day. She don't got time for anything else.
All in a day's work. Wow, that was amazing, Jasmine. I have never been anywhere near this many bees in my whole life and been so calm and happy to be there.
They really liked you.
Aww.
That means your energy is pono and very humble and calm.
Aww.
That's what they like.
Well, I like them, so this is an amazing experience. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, so what was this tincture thing?
Yeah, you know, I have something for you.
Yeah, can.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have some honey for you.
Oh, if it's as good as the honey that was in there, thank you so much.
And my propolis tincture.
Okay, yeah, you were telling me about that.
Would you like to sample some?
I would. Could I have more? Anyway.
It's a little bottle. Make it go a long way, Kay.
So amazing. If you can be out here in Waimanalo, Beelieve Hawaii, come and see Jasmine and take a tour of the beehives, taste some of her products, and you're just gonna love it. Stay right here. We'll be back after the break.
Sue's Wardrobe is sponsored by Simply Sisters.
If you would like to watch this episode of Cool for Kūpuna again, visit our website, coolforkūpuna.com.
Aloha, Kaniala, Danny Kalekini. If you need Medicare advice, call Premier Benefit Consultants. They'll give you good advice for free. But don't just take my word for it.
There are a lot of fishing lures out there. Some of them work much better than the others. Now, there's also a lot of Medicare advisors out there. And yes, some of them are much better than the others. So if you're looking for expert Medicare advice, go with the pros, Premier Benefit Consultants.
So call Premier Benefit Consultants for Medicare advice you need and service you deserve. Mahalo!
As we move toward a brighter future, HMSA is here to help you live your best life with a health plan that has it all. Get care from doctors you choose in person, online, or after hours, with prescription drug and vision benefits and help from local customer service representatives. Have it all for $0 with HMSA Medicare Advantage. HMSA is here with you. For the good times, for the tough times, for lifetimes. Learn more at hmsa.com/Medicare Advantage.
Preventive health is so important as we age, and being proactive and not getting sick is one way to keep yourself healthier and live longer. So we're here with HMSA's Senior Medical Director, Dr. Andrew Perry. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Perry.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
So tell us about the importance of preventive care.
Well, the importance of preventive care is that it gives you an opportunity to take control of your health at a time, in many cases, before you get sick or hurt, in terms of taking steps to prevent getting sick or hurt. It can save money, it can save symptoms and experiences that are really negative by doing these things on the front end to improve your chances of preventing disease and the outcomes that we're trying to achieve.
Right, it's much easier to stay well than have to get well.
That's right, that's right. Mm-hmm.
That's your motto?
Exactly, one of them.
Tell us what you would recommend for Kūpuna.
Well, I recommend a three-step approach. The first step is to meet with your primary care provider. That could be your physician or nurse practitioner or other provider type that you depend on to help you as your guide through your own health. A lot of us have unfortunately missed out on some of those opportunities to meet regularly with our primary care provider as we live through the pandemic. But now that we're coming hopefully to better times, it's a perfect time to schedule a check-in and an annual wellness visit with them. That's an opportunity to check in with your provider and see what screening services and other interventions might be helpful to really establish that pathway towards preventing illness and injury that we're really aiming for here.
Mm-hmm. What else would you recommend? I know you said
That's
there's...
right. The second step would be, based on that annual wellness visit, to
schedule and obtain those screening services. That could be something as easy as a test looking at your average blood sugar, a test looking at your cholesterol levels, a vision test to make sure that your glasses or other contact lenses are still the appropriate for your use. All those kinds of things are really important to keep you on that pathway to preventing illnesses and injuries and things of that sort. And then the third phase would be things that you need to do to intervene on your health. A great example of that lately has been one of the greatest breakthroughs in modern medicine, the COVID-19 vaccine, which hopefully many, if not all of you guys have gotten as we've tried to get through these past few tough months of the pandemic. But there are other immunizations that are out there, like the annual flu shot, the shingles shot, which has really become an important tool in preventing some really tough complications of another virus infection. And so those are just some examples of how that three-step approach, meeting with your provider, setting up those screenings, and then doing those actual health steps like vaccines and medications and other things that really make that impact on preventing.
Right, yeah. And I know with Medicare, there are a lot of other preventive screenings that are available. So HMSA's Akamai Advantage program does have that included for seniors?
That's right. So all of those really important steps, some of which we've already touched on, things like blood tests for cholesterol and vision and dental are included in those plans, and that's important to access those services to really get you on that same pathway towards health.
Yeah, a lot of them are no cost.
That's right.
I had my DEXA scan.
Exactly. Great example of a screening service that can prevent, really tough things like bone fractures and so forth.
Right. Thank you so much for joining us today, for sharing with our Kūpuna all the good ways to stay healthy through preventive care.
It's
Thanks,
my
Dr.
pleasure.
Sherry.
Thanks for having me.
Well, folks, that's a wrap for Waimanalo. A big mahalo to all of our guests, Frank and Lynn of Frankie's Nursery, Monique and her Ohana at Hawaiian Island Cafe, and the busy bees of Beelieve Hawaii and their keeper, Jasmine Joy. Until next week, malama pono, ahui ho.
We're spreading aloha from Keiki to Kūpuna. We malama aina to feed our ohana. Rebuild the fish ponds, plant up the lo'i. We are bringing back the old school Hawaii. We're spreading aloha from Keiki to Kūpuna. We malama aina to feed our ohana. Rebuild the fish ponds, plant up the lo'i. We are bringing back the old school Hawaii.
Cool for Kūpuna was brought to you by HMSA and Premier Benefit Consultants.